woman was in the mirror. I didn't even recognize her.
Who was it?
It was me.
Oh, Rose.
You are getting married in the Bahamas?
This is fabulous. I always wanted to go to the Bahamas. Now, where the hell are my culottes?
Oh, Kate, honey, I have always dreamed of giving you a wedding ever since I had your overbite fix.
Mom, don't you think it would be a little... Get a cold beer.
No, she has no time to cook. She works all day.
Welding. My son married a welder. Too bad she didn't weld his zipper shut. They got 10 kids they can. Grab that. Once, you've been hit by more lightning in the World Trade Center.
I was hit by the Thunderbolt once.
Probably a direct hit to the forehead.
It was the first time I saw my Charlie. I was 7 and he was 8.
I don't shout. I'm a very quiet person. I even wear quiet clothes, all solids.
I'm quiet too.
Then we'll be fine.
I just don't want the others to know you're here.
They'll never know.
In the morning, we're getting up early to play golf. You can leave while they're gone.
Great.
Afraid of the storm. 3 o'clock in the morning, she knocks on my door, crying, begging, pleading to get into bed with me. Just like your father used to do before we got married.
So what did you do?
I told him, you're not getting anything till you put a ring on my finger and a donkey in my father's barn.
Not Pop.
You better keep an eye on her.
Oh, you're right. You better stick to her like a tight shirt on a sweaty farmhand. You know the type with the big biceps and the hairy chest just glistening in the hot sun? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
Tang or something.
Oh, Tang.
Tang is not the catchword here. What I mean is I think you're very nice and I thought we kind of liked each other, you and me. This is very embarrassing. You don't understand a word I'm saying.
Fine, but if she doesn't, I don't want anybody asking any embarrassing questions.
I'm back. So, did you and Artie play Find the Cannoli? What?
Nothing, Rose.
Just sit. Rose, she is the surprise.
Oh.
Now, they haven't seen each other since Angela moved back to Sicily 30 years ago.
Oh, that's a wonderful surprise.
Now, look, I'm going to need your help. I want you to help set up the party and keep Ma out of the... Go, I'm tired of arguing with you.
Sophia! Is that a Captain Jack seafood shanty uniform you're wearing?
No, Rose. I'm off to discover the Straits of Magellan. Yo-ho!
Clam sauce for breakfast.
Mother Teresa. It's a recipe from her new workout book.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
What are you eating, Sophia?
Linguine with clam sauce.
For breakfast?
Morning, everybody. What's that you're eating, Sophia? It's incredible. 364 days a year could be gagging on a peach
The
pit.
life of my roommates. What do you say?
Oh, sure, honey. That sounds like fun.
Oh, thank you, Blanche. You're a real friend. You and Sophia. I'll just shoot around, Dorothy.
Oh, all right, Rose, I'll do it. But just don't shoot from too low. Now, Stan used to do that in our home movies, and I always looked like someone from another planet. Well, he has to leave. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Say bye-zy bye.
Bye, darling. You be good now. I'm worried about Blanche. I wish she'd let one of us go with her.
Not me. I hate hospitals. My friend Matty Fishbein went into the hospital a healthy guy. Then... Someone sitting here?
Cataracts or glaucoma?
I can see there's no one sitting here. I was just being polite.
If you say so. Me, I've got both cataracts and glaucoma. The glaucoma I handle with drops. For the cataracts, I had surgery.
think I got chapter 7 and 9 mixed up. This watch is broken.
Ma, Stan gave me that watch when we got married.
Well, the marriage never worked. Why should the watch?
Ma, you can't just run off to help Phil every time he has a problem.
I came here to live with you when you had a problem.
I did not have a problem. You came to live here because the home burned down.
That's right, Sophia. Don't you remember?
Hi there.
Ma, what? Hello, I'm Dorothy. I'm Sophia's daughter.
Augustine Bagatelli.
Well, I'm sure you two have a great deal to catch up on. Nice to have met you. Oh, Ma, I'll be right here in the kitchen in case he gets fresh. Sorry. Ball game on the hottest day of the year.
I know it. I'm all hot and sweaty. I'm short of breath, and I'm physically exhausted. You'd think I had a good time.
You didn't have fun?
Only thing I really enjoyed was stealing second base.
When have you not enjoyed sliding under a man in uniform? Love borrowing his clothes.
Did you like wearing boys' clothes growing up?
No, but fortunately, neither did my brother Phil.
I'm sorry. Look, we have to do something about the roof. It's getting worse.
Forget it. You know how Blanche is. She'll wait for the ceiling to cave in on her before she'll do anything.
Blanche, listen, we really have to talk about the roof.
Dorothy, I already called the repair man. Last night, the damn ceiling caved in on my bedroom. Knocked the Zorro mask right out of poor Ed Rosen's hand. Oh, that must be the roofer.
I'm Sid LeBass. You called about your roof?
Yes, won't you come in?
Yeah, wait a sec. I think I stepped in something. That's good enough.
Mr. LeBass, I want to thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're lucky I came at all. I got a horrible cold. I was so dizzy this morning, I lost my balance getting out of bed. I guess my equilibrium's shot.
Well, I'm sure you'll feel better once you're up on the roof.
Yeah, well,
We can barely afford a patch job.
But what are we gonna do, go without a roof?
Maybe we can talk Sid into letting us pay in installments.
Oh, that's a great idea. Now, he's a reasonable man. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't go for it. Okay, a new roof it is.
Look, I said that payment was due today, not next Thursday.
Run, move it, you little panty waist on the double!
Rose, take it easy. You're pushing them too hard, honey. They're only kids.
Oh, you're right, Dorothy. I've just been under so much pressure. I never would have volunteered if I had known all the work that was involved. I need help.
Mostly with your lipstick. And with Kelly applied makeup with...
Disappointed. My mother wasn't exactly honest in sending in that picture.
I knew that. I have quite a few Janet Gaynors and frames around my house. Believe me, when you've been in a deep depression for a year and a half, nothing phases you.
Well, Eddie, what...
Mandrell, would that get me on the show?
No, but if you're ever in prison, I bet it'd get you everyone's dessert. Oh, this is terrible. The ladies' auxiliary puts me in charge of the variety show, and we can't come up with one decent act.
I was just thinking, it's too bad we're not back in St. Olaf.
Obviously, we all need to lose a few pounds. And we might as well start right now. It's still 2 weeks until Phyllis's party.
Oh, but how?
We could try another health club.
Oh, no way, Rose. I'm sure you have...
My imagination, my life is a romance novel.
Your life is a sports page.
Listen, tell me I can't do better than this in my sleep. He grabbed her. She could feel his fingers pressing into her moist flesh. Her heart was pounding, her loins on fire.
I was too shocked, and I didn't know how to tell him. And to tell the truth, I don't even know what I want to tell him.
What do you mean?
I mean that I am totally confused about what I feel.
Hi, Stan.
Hello, Stan.
Blanche, I've decided what to do about Stan. I mean, how can I just forget all the time that we had together? And then how can I forget the pain and the hatred that I felt when he left me? I can never trust him again. And if you can't trust your husband, then what kind of a relationship? A friend of mine from high school, Helen Colquist, she just moved to Miami. We spent a little time together and decided we'd get together today. I even got out the old yearbook so we could go down memory lane.
Oh.
Last night she had a heart attack and died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been sitting here looking through the book and I can't believe... I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Blanche, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Goodness, I better sit down. Dorothy just said she had bad news.
Oh, well, since you got here first, you go ahead and tell her your
you
bad...
go ahead.
No, really.
Look, I insist.
Well,
That is incredible. And to think they made a movie about that deadbeat Gandhi. Well, there's a story like this that hasn't been told.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision. The right decision. The right decision.
Come in.
Has to look good at this wedding.
Look, Ma, I don't know how to break this to you.
Gently, I'm old.
Giuseppe Mangiacavallo has had a fabulous life. He's in his 80s, is a multimillionaire, and enjoys perfect health.
Well, it's a very slow-acting curse.
So it would appear.
I had this little watch on a chain nestled cunningly in my cleavage. What other accessories do I need?
Implants.
Dorothy's parking the car. I have to get a horse in this picture while it's still fresh in my mind. I don't know whether to paint all silver. The horse who...
This past week without him has just been miserable.
Well, at least you have the comfort of knowing you did the right thing.
Then why do I feel so rotten?
Dorothy, he's married. You have to forget
I
him.
can't just forget him.
Rose, come on. None of us is a schoolgirl anymore. Although, quite frankly, I am sometimes mistaken for one.
Oh, please, Blanche.
I'm sorry.
I thought you'd be happy.
You want me to be happy? Help me put away the dishes.
You still angry with me?
I was never really angry. I was worried.
All right, I think I'll just stick around.
What the heck? That car will still be there tomorrow.
Boy, this is depressing. Girls, let's go cruising.
Hey, I know a place where guys wrestle naked in the mud. Fortune. That man is guilty.
Oh, come on, that's circumstantial evidence. I mean, it's not enough to convict him.
Well, actually, the more damning evidence was a snapshot they found of Duncan dressed in scuba gear, dragging Tippy's body down the stairs wrapped in a carpet. And big old cod pieces.
Blanche, how do you make it through an omelet?
78, yes. 64, yes. 81, yes.
No, what are you doing?
Reading the obituaries and checking out the people who died younger than I am now.
And could you talk about reading for both Rose and Blanche in the initial pilot? Did you think
Well, I had come off of the Mary Tyler Moore show playing the neighborhood nymphomaniac, through Ann Nivens.
For all of us to be here.
You're right. Bye, Dorothy.
Don't go. I want you all to hear this. I lied about the money. I didn't squander it on bad investments. I couldn't have. He didn't leave me any to begin with.
Mother, what are you telling me?
Starting Tuesday. And Blanche is busy with her granddaughter, and Rose is... Well, I think a nurse is the way to go.
I don't need a nurse. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
Oh, really? Then why have you been running me ragged doing things for you?
Honestly, it tickles me.
Look, Ma, I'm hiring...
It's been a real pleasure. Good night. Lucy, you're grounded for the rest of your stay here.
And Blanche, wait! You're embarrassing me. Now, why don't you go get a good night's sleep and we'll talk about it when I get home tomorrow.
I don't think you heard what I said. You are not going anywhere.
Aunt Blanche, I'm 20 years old. I'm going wherever I please.
I just don't understand it. I forbade her to go, and she looked me straight in the eye and walked out that door.
Honey, you have to understand. Look, Lucy is experiencing her first taste of freedom. She's going through a rebellious stage.
I know a lot of people prefer Sonny Crockett on the show, but me, I'm strictly a Tubbs man.
I've never seen the show.
You've never seen Miami Vice? It's only the best show that's ever been.
Good night, Ed. We're going to go home now. And I want you to know we'll all sleep a lot better knowing you're off duty tonight. You always find something wrong with mine, so yours looks better.
I didn't say anything. But let's face it, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Look at the ducky wrapping paper. And the little stick-on bow. Did you...
Now, if you'll just sign these forms, we'll be all set.
Forms?
Oh, they're just your standard consent forms releasing us from all liability in the unlikely event of your death.
I'm having a simple operation. How could I possibly die?
Oh, it's possible, believe me.
I took you. Look, Ma, you know what I'm talking about. You complain, you belittle.
You know, Dorothy, I think maybe you're being too hard on her. I know how difficult buying shoes can be. Sometimes you get yourself a really good-looking salesman, and you try. I'm a good speller, and I'm very prompt, and well, actually, there's no law that says it has to be 3.
Actually, I just thought of a third one. I can snap a friend's neck like a twig. Wait a minute. What do you mean she's going into surgery? I talked to her last night. She was fine.
This is why we keep people here for observation.
When can we see Rose?
Are you related to her?
No, we're her friends.
I'm sorry, she's in pre-op, and only her family can see her now. Now, we have contacted her daughter, and Mrs. Nyland will be going into surgery.
Knock it off. It's water, not oil.
Please, it's time to present the Friends of Good Health's Best Friend of the Year Award. But before we go any further, I have an announcement to make. Don Johnson, star of Miami Vice, who was originally scheduled to be here, will be unable to attend.
Let's make a toast to friendship.
Oh, to friendship.
Thanks again, Rose.
Oh, you're welcome, Milton. Now, you let me know how it works out.
I certainly will.
And no more tears.
Right. Bye-bye.
Oh, he's such a royal pain in the butt. But it's all part of my job.
You don't have a job.
Garage sale.
Girls, I'm feeling a little chilly. I think I'll go and get my sweater.
Oh, no, I'll get that. I'll get that.
Rose, for heaven's sakes, I can find my own way. I know you're trying to help. But if I could pilot my own plane cross-country during a storm, I could certainly find my way across the room. There. Now,
bother you one more time.
10 packs is all I can give you. I told you that on the plane.
I just want to know which way to the baggage claim. Oh, thank you. And thanks again for the wings.
Rose, I knew that was you.
Lily! Oh, honey, what are you doing here?
See me drive home. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3.
hostess at Denny's.
Incredible blue eyes I had ever seen. Those are the things you inherited from her. And when I looked into those eyes, they told me it was not time to go off chasing rainbows. It was time to make a life for the two of us. And I never regretted that decision, because I knew that someday...
I don't care. The minx can just sit there and we'll lose all our money. I don't care. Just don't mention Spanish Fly to me ever again.
You're really touchy about these Spanish flies, aren't you? Oh, Blanche, what did the doctor say?
Say?
But why is your life over?
Because it is. Because it means I'm old. It means I'm not a real woman anymore.
All it really means...
In his 80s, you just showed me a woman in her 50s who can do that. And don't tell me Joan Collins. That woman belongs in a wax museum.
All right, it is not just menopause, it's what it represents to you, growing older.
Yes.
And growing older represents a loss of attractiveness.
Yes.
Is that all there is to you? Sex appeal?
Well, not yet. He's only half done.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but notice you from across the room. My friends and I would like to buy you ladies a drink.
Oh, well, no, thank you very much, but we really don't have much time.
Oh, this is Carl, and this is John.
We're all from Kenosha.
Yeah.
I know.
Around the bed.
As enticing as the offer is, we really must pass.
Oh, scusamente. Oh, if you ladies don't want to party, there are plenty of younger girls who work here that'll take our money.
Girls who'll take their money. Do you know what he thinks we are?
Waitresses?
I'd been longing to see for months.
The Statue of Liberty.
No, my mother. That's how dense the fog was. But beyond her was the Statue of Liberty. I remember the first words I shouted out. There she is, Lady Liberty. I also remember the second words I shouted out.
Listen, now that we're talking to each other, can I ask you a question? Why in hell did you ever marry Stan?
It was my magenta period. And you know, Stan was rather handsome when he had hair.
Come on.
Yeah. He had a certain elegant charm.
Oh.
Bridget packed a delicious meal and drove me to the country for breakfast. Oh, we took a walk and we picked wildflowers and we rolled up our pant legs and waded in the creek. And then guess what?
Julie Andrews showed up. You all fed deer from your hand and sang If I Had a Hammer.
Rose, sounds to go.
Oh, I really don't want to talk about this.
I want us to talk about this. I want us to have an open, honest relationship. I want to be able to share my deepest, darkest secrets with you.
Couldn't we just wear my recipes? And eventually I'll catch the eye of some fat general with big sweat stains under his arms. And he'll force me to let out his uniforms and satisfy his ugly needs.
It sounds like Christmas with my ex-husband.
It's been at least 2 or 3 letters since he wrote a poem.
He doesn't write poems, Blanche. We write poems. Actually, Lord Byron writes poems. We just copy them onto loose-leaf paper.
In cleverly disguised handwriting, I might add.
Oh, I don't know why I let you talk me into this. I mean, it is out of control. We have to tell Rose the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the severe storm front that is passing through the area, all flights in and out of Miami International Airport have been canceled until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Have a Merry Christmas.
Any minute. Sophia keeps coming up with excuses not to go shopping.
I'm ready, Rose.
Sophia, what's the matter?
I saw the doctor yesterday, I can't talk about it. Let's go to the mall.
Wait a minute. What is it, Sophia?
All right, you dragged it out of me.
Possibility that Sophia might be right. Maybe Emily has been abandoned.
Yes, officer, that's correct. Yeah, and we've been trying to reach them all out.
In the middle of a railway station.
Boy, you do it any place, don't you, Blanche?
Blanche is talking about coming back from Edna McCarthy's funeral.
Edna McCarthy is dead? Oh, my God, that's terrible. I just sent her a chain letter.
Your bra, what was your lucky handkerchief doing in there?
I was blowing my breasts, Rose. I stuffed it in to give me cleavage. To turn on the butcher so I could get a decent piece of veal.
Wrote that I submitted in the contest. It won first place.
Why, Dorothy, that's wonderful.
Anyway, I was thinking that tomorrow, when he comes over for his usual lesson, that I would give him a little, surprise party to celebrate.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I just love surprise parties. I remember every year on my birthday, George always would take me to...
That's not what I was going to ask you, but you answered my question anyway.
Why? I don't understand.
I was going to ask you to marry me.
Pressure. They sleep to escape.
Dorothy's father used to do that. Unfortunately, it was usually during foreplay.
Ma, the man is dead.
Longer than you think.
The suitcase out of the car. We talk things over. Everything's okay.
Okay. Everything's okay.
Come on, Rose.
But what about Lucy?
We'll watch it on the portable in the kitchen.
But that set's black and white.
Dennis explained everything.
Explained? Explained what?
Come to dinner tomorrow.
Oh, hello.
Hello, I don't think we've met. I'm Martha McDowell from next door.
Hi, Martha. I see you've met my son Alfonso and my grandson Bobby. They're here from New York on a fishing trip. Thus far, all they've caught is a cold. Nice time. He's right. Salvador, open the door. We have a birthday party to go to.
Morning, Sophia. What are you doing?
I'm levitating, Rose. Get lost. Come back here. You didn't deserve that. You're a good kid.
All the years of love and companionship, Fernando and I are meant to part company. I'll just have to accept that. Time to time, life deals you an unfriendly hand. There's nothing you can do about it. I guess there's a lesson to be learned here. Sometimes life just isn't fair, kiddo.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Well, I guess we have no choice. I'll call my relatives in Minnesota and make arrangements to send baby back to the farm.
You can't do that.
Well, I'm just as disappointed as you are. No, it's been great having a pig living in the house. But we can't jeopardize baby's health. The doctor
Ran into a tropical storm, so we had to turn around and come back.
And the plane was entirely full of bald men.
They were all former Mr. Cleans on their way to a reunion in the Bahamas.
So, tell us about the cooking contest.
The competition was fierce. It came down to my muscles.
And that more people don't think like 9-year-olds.
Hello? Yes, she is. Here, Rose, for you.
Hello? Yes? It's the president! Oh, I wanted to show Sven as many of the sights as possible today.
Did you get a picture of him with that Mr. Whipple cut out at the A&P?
We just stopped to pick up breakfast before we started off on our big day.
Will you ladies join us?
What are you making?
Linderhoeven.
What's that?
Oatmeal. It's usually served with a cracker made from yakentest.
Yes, I feel just as bad as you do.
Oh, yeah. Did you have an angry Viking yelling Scandinavian swear words at you on the phone this morning?
My guess would be no.
Rose, as I told you last night, your cousin is a very sensitive man. I just have to find the right time and place, and I'll let him down.
Maybe I am a perfectionist, and maybe I do take charge, but, Doctor, if I did not, our whole household would fall apart.
To tell you the truth, Doctor, I'm the glue that keeps these women together, and I am totally unappreciated.
Oh, Ma, please.
Look, you may be
right.
Dorothy, let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1922. A young military officer stationed far from home. He wanders the streets seeking a friendly face and a glass of Chianti. Finally, he happens into a dusty little cafe.
You know, I could really get tired of this.
Good morning, girls. Dorothy, you're a mess.
No, I just spilled orange juice on myself.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Poor Blanche, some alone.
Oh, no, don't you leave, girls. Don't you leave. I want my friends here to share my happiness, my enormous happiness. Honey, tell me all about Paris. Where'd you live? Where'd you work?
Where'd you find jeans that size?
Sophia?
No, Mama, it's okay. I may have lost my figure, but I still have my...
Did in him. Offering to make him dinner just made you look too easy.
Please, black underwear and pasties couldn't make me look easy.
Oh, Barbara,
Hello.
please, come in.
Oh, hello.
These are my friends. That's
Howdy.
Blanche, a new and fascinating friend. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really touched. Look, why don't I go ahead and get the coffee and let the three of you get to know each other?
Barbara, that is such a stunning brooch. Wherever did you get it?
Oh, I was in Morocco working on a novel, not to mention a dashing young Moroccan.
You are not the kind of person I want as a friend. Why don't you go to the Mortimer Club by yourself?
I don't understand.
Let me spell it out for you. Go to hell.
For which I generally get applause.
Our next contestant is a family counselor. She originally hails from St. Olaf, Minnesota, where she was voted the girl most likely to get stuck in a tuba. Welcome, Rose Nyland.
Who is it?
Sagalangelo.
Come in.
Dorothy.
He's a leper. I'm the only one who'll touch him.
Good morning, everyone.
Sweet Jesus, am I in trouble? Now I lay me down to sleep.
Listen, Sophia, be fair. At our age, it's not easy to find the perfect man.
Or maybe we have all dated our share of losers, but I personally have had my share of winners, too.
Please, you've written more winners than Willie Shoemaker.
All I meant was there has been a...
You think this is the 7-Eleven? I'm not open all night.
Rose, we feel terrible about what we've done.
What have you done?
We're really very sorry.
Sorry about what?
Sorry isn't good enough. How can I ever trust you again?
Trust who?
Please, Rose, let's not talk about trust after the terrible things you wrote.
Will someone please tell me what the hell you're talking about?
Blanche and I...
No way, I'm really mad.
All right, it's late and I'm tired, so listen up.
Oh, Ma, you're going to tell us a story.
No, I'm going to do shadow puppets. See? An elephant eating a peanut. Happy? Of course I'm going to tell a story. Picture it. Morocco, the 30s.
What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. Oh, he took me to a very expensive...
Around the world with him.
Sophia, did Vincenzo really say all that?
Of course not. He's a carpenter. I'm a philosopher. He said he wants everyone out of the garage until the work is completed.
But why?
Because to an old guy with cataracts, you two look like Swedish stewardesses.
We should be celebrating, not arguing whether or not it's right. Now, what do you say? We all join hands and sing a chorus of Abraham, Martin, and John.
Is she for real?
Frightening, isn't it? Mr. Hastings, I need to speak.
Not now, Dorothy. I've got a show about to go on the air and no star. Jody, did you find him yet?
I know where Mr. Terrific is.
No, not Mr. Terrific, Mr. Mailman. He's supposed to be our guest host, but he's disappeared.
Oh, try the ladies' room. Yeah, I found him there once when he was playing Mrs. Nurse.
I didn't know we had a character, Mrs. Nurse.
We don't.
School diploma for years, but I never had the courage to do it. Now with you teaching, I finally feel comfortable enough to give it a try.
Oh, all right, you can stay. All right, everybody, if you will...
Perfectly. When Blanche Devereaux sets out to seduce a man, she doesn't drag her feet.
Blanche.
Well, Hamlush Bell, you sex-hungry devil. Now, I told you, no more. Go home and take a cold shower.
No. That was the worst night I've ever spent in bed with a woman in my life.
Wait a minute, Ham. Are you saying the only reason you've kept turning me down is because of the bad time you had that night?
Yes. Oh, well, Blanche, this changes everything. There's all that...
Wow, in 20 minutes we'll be in St. Gustav. And then we'll hop on a train for Zumbro Falls, and we'll grab the shuttle. By my estimation, we should be in St. Olaf in a couple of days.
Days? Now, what the hell is going on?
Let me tell you something I've never told a living soul. When I was unconscious, hovering between life and death, I began a journey toward a great white light. Along the way were all the people who went before me. I saw my parents. I saw your father. I saw the Ritz brothers. Grand opening in time for the big beach festival this weekend.
Sophia, it's getting damp and chilly out here. You're gonna catch yourself a cold.
Please, I haven't had a cold in 40 years. This is the worst cold I've had in 40 years.
My back is killing me. I feel dizzy and nauseous. Every joint in my body feels...
Hey, mister. You want me to play It Had to Be You for the two of you?
I want you to play it for the four of us.
Pines Retirement Home. Except here the lights and the exit sign work.
What's our plan, Dorothy?
What is this, Mission Impossible? Do I look like Peter Graves?
You could if you'd put a rinse in your hair and wear a lighter shade of lipstick like I beg...
Here, I'll tell you what our plan is. Now, there's $10,000.
In the way?
Yes, that's it. Can't use this towel.
Blanche, it's an emergency. We'll replace it next week.
Oh, no, you cannot replace this towel. There are too many fond memories attached to this towel.
Blanche, please, I am in no mood to hear about the parade of endless sexual encounters that you have experienced up and down the Florida.
Turner, if you're less than 70, you can't play.
Freddie Leone.
92. Hey, Leone, try to remember lasagna was not meant to go in a sandwich.
Last but not least, Billy Haskell.
Make way for the victors.
You won the big game?
No, Rose, we lost, and we all changed our names to Victor. Of course we won. Now it's time for ice cream.
Yeah! Good going, guys.
Wasn't this in my time? When I see he's holding a machine gun, so I decide to take his advice. I move, rat-a-tat-tat, everybody's falling like flies on your Aunt Regine.
You're letting your imagination run wild, Papa. This is Chicago, not Sicily. You're just a little... What happened to Tuesday?
Oh, who cares, Glenn? Hey, once you hear happily ever after, it's over.
Well, Dorothy, did you get anything out of this?
Actually, I did get an idea. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Ma away for the weekend to a cabin in the Florida Keys.
You know, Dorothy, I think we're missing a whole box of slides. They must be in the suitcase in the closet.
Well, I'll take a look. Ma, where are you going?
I can't stand it anymore. Your life is supposed to flash before your eyes.
And what he knows, you ain't got right going. These boots are made for. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Her husband, the man who perfected the hot dog. Oscar Mayer.
Ma, you're not making any sense.
All right, Dorothy, let me level with you. All my life, I've been the practical one. Your father was the dreamer. So when this opportunity came along, I couldn't...
Football.
Actually, he was so crushed by my rejection that he gave up football and turned gay.
Blanche, you don't turn gay. You're either gay or you're not. You had nothing to do with it.
Dorothy, if he had been gay before, he would have had better taste in jewelry.
Well, Blanche, what do you think?
Sophia, what have you done?
Saved my puckered little Sicilian behind, that's what. When Drivers didn't come home again this morning, I went to the pet shop and got a duplicate. Amazing, isn't it?
No, I did not order 40 fry pans. It was 40 bedpans. I'm sorry, you were telling me.
What we wanted to talk to you.
Sorry. Hello. Oh, good. Tell him to drop it off at the South End loading dock. Right. I'm so sorry. It's always like this.
Make a pact that we'll always take care of each other, that we'll never desert each other no matter what.
You can count on me,
But
honey.
you think it's going to be that easy getting rid of me, Rose? That was rhetorical, Rose. Oh, but what a comforting thought, knowing you'll never be alone.
And listen, what the...
Boy at the grocery store did it?
That's not a secret. I just forgot to mention it.
I think she means more like the time she told me that she went skilly dipping with your cousin Lars before he gave out the pulpit back in St. Gustav.
Toys when no one was looking. When I come to pick you up, I figure you're going to say you never want to go to school again. But what do you tell me? You love it. You made a new friend named Debbie.
Ma, what the hell does this have to do with... Wait a minute. How did you know what happened? I mean, if the...
I'm really looking forward to dance class today.
I can see that. You're wearing your heat-seeking stretch pants.
Don't ever do that.
It just doesn't seem possible that 5 years has gone by since we moved in together.
Well, it's gonna be rough if we have to go our separate ways. We've all learned to depend on each other so much.
Especially Rose.
What's that? Do I look like a woman who beats her laundry on a rock? I meant you should move here to Miami.
Oh, that's a great idea. Angela, you would love Miami.
Aunt Angela, what do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm too old to pick up and move to a strange country.
What are you talking about? Before your husband died, you lived here for 30 years.
I don't know.
Oh, come.
Hell, I'm out of the pizza business. Is there anything else to eat?
Stanley, why do you always end up here when you have a problem?
You're my best friend.
But we don't like you.
I know, but you're still my best friend.
Well, you can't depend on coming around here forever. Blanche is thinking about selling the house.
Selling our house?
Usually worked like a charm. Except every once in a while, there'd be a cow with a particularly low udder, and it would brush across my forehead and wake me up.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just torn and confused. Guess I'll have to think about it all tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Ladies, drinks? Champagne. The best you have.
Dorothy, that's so expensive.
Shut up, Rose.
This is my treat. It is a celebration.
What are we celebrating?
My daughter found out.
It's never too soon to start a baby book.
Oh boy, we're going to a sperm bank. I can't think of a better way to pep up a slow day.
What would you eat?
Ma, I can't believe you lied to me.
Oh, come off it, Dorothy. I've been lying to you all your life. Did you ever get that yellow pony I promised you when you were 6?
You're not taking this accident very seriously.
No one was hurt. Besides, it was the other guy's fault. I have a witness.
Your witness is Mr. Pignoli. He's legally blind.
He'll say what I tell him.
Been waiting for the puffiness to disappear.
We were worried about you.
Well, I just cried and cried, and then I finally realized what I'd been crying about. It wasn't about me, and it wasn't about Jamie. It was about George. And I cried enough for George when he died, so I decided to rejoin the living.
Always wanted to go to the Holy Land. She had just bought the ticket. Now she's dead.
Hi. What a day.
Oh, you too?
Oh. You know Roger Barton, the man who works in the cubicle next to me? He doesn't like me. Everybody's always liked me.
Blanche, how did it go with the accountants?
Oh, just fine. Hey, while I was in the waiting room, I was reading a magazine that listed the 10 richest men in America. You know, Merv Griffin's moved up a couple of notches.
He probably ate the 2 guys ahead of him.
Anyway, I got good news from my accountant. I'm being audited Tuesday.
Oh, lucky.
So what are you saying? You kicking me out?
No, I'm forcing you to grow up.
Fine, I'll pack my things
Oh,
now.
no, wait a minute. I mean, since I sprung this on you out of the blue, let's say you can stay here for another week.
What, and put off growing up? Nah. I'm out of here.
It's very attractive.
Really? You want to fool around?
Oh, yeah, more than anything.
What is that, sarcasm? I'm leaving.
Rose, do we have time to run out and get hit by a bus?
First there'd be the Christmas pageant with the shepherds and the angels and the 2 wise men.
There were 3 wise men, Rose.
Not in St. Olaf. Then we'd all go down to the town square and try to form a circle. And then
You don't even have to show him the car. I'll write you out a check right now.
No, at this price, I know I want the car. Don't take a check from him. Take one from me.
Look, I'm writing
right
out a
here.
$5,000 deposit now.
Oh, no, I can't do that. The banks are closed. I can't be sure it's any good.
You've got an honest face. I'll cash that check right here.
If it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't believe it either. But while I was being operated on, I had an out-of-body experience. I was floating, looking down at myself. It was like...
Like the mirror on your bedroom ceiling?
What are you talking about?
I am giving up the physical side of my life. After what I've been through, I cannot trust myself to climb the heights of passion anymore because I can't be sure of ever getting back again.
I know you have to be concerned about...
No. What a shame. We finally have something in common and I'm moving.
I've never done anything like this before. Tell me, is it possible to love two men at the same time?
Set the scene. Have we been drinking?
Reason why you thought the book was about you.
My God, you're right. Oh, except for that part, of course, where Vixen is terrified of losing her looks and growing old alone. I have never felt like that.
Of course, me neither. That's what makes it fiction.
I was married to Stan Lee for 38 years. And for approximately 39 of those years, he cheated on me.
I told a little lie because it's going to take her some time to get used to the idea of you and me.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need a little time to get used to it, too. Look.
Sophia! After all this time, I was hoping you'd come.
I wouldn't have missed it.
You still got those beautiful eyes that light up a room.
I had cataracts.
Very becoming.
Okay.
Girl who stood me up at the altar 70 years ago.
And?
And I just asked her to be my wife again, and again she said no.
Go on.
And so from now on...
Lie. Don't you think I knew what your brother Phil was doing in the bathroom when he said he was oiling his baseball glove? He was working on his simplicity patterns.
Well, good night, sleep tight, see you.
Go out with.
Dorothy, I need someone who's classy, someone who can handle the rich and powerful, someone not too obviously sexy.
Why don't you ask Merv Griffin?
Dorothy, look, I called every woman. Too soon?
Rose, do you think we can go and call St. Olaf now and you can explain it to them the way I explained it to you?
Well, we could try. We might not be able to get a hold of anybody. It's everybody hide the corn day.
It was a perfect reception. For once, everything's up.
You know, Mrs. Contini, the matchmaker who brought us together. I realize the process is hopelessly old-fashioned, but it's a lot more personal than those video dating services, don't you think?
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake. I think you'd better go.
Wait, can I see you again?
Probably not. I will be at the Florida State Women's Prison.
Pussycat, I realize I was wrong by not talking to you before hiring a matchmaker. But what you don't understand is where I come from, matchmaking is an age-old tradition. For centuries, people have been happy being brought together by a third party.
I understand. I really appreciate what you're trying to do.
I think Big Daddy would want you... I want you to have this.
Blanche, I don't know what to say. This isn't the right music box.
That's the only music box there is.
The music box I gave your father.
What do you think?
Oh, you look very pretty tonight.
Oh, not too pretty. I hope I have a date with Miles.
How is he dealing with the celibacy?
Well, he's doing fine. Although he does spend a lot of time at the batting cage.
Rose, listen, now you have a very critical date coming up.
I've just got to remember that it's not the clothes that make the man, it's the man that makes the clothes. Oh, God, he looks like he died in a Benny Hill sketch. I guess there's nothing we can do about it now. Besides, it's probably what Phil wanted. I'm going to go check on Ma.
Listen. Are we home yet?
My, oh my, oh my. Just look at all the other places to be.
I mean, it is amazing, isn't it? how, with a few carefully chosen words, a poet can convey the immediacy of a specific...
It wasn't a string, it was a piano wire. Actually, it wasn't your finger, it was your neck. Anyway, it was very popular. In fact, piano wire was our village's second biggest export. You know what our biggest export was? No. Too bad, I don't remember either.
Don't do this to yourself. You take everyone for granted.
Thank you, Dorothy. Well, so far, nothing seems out of place.
Look at this exercycle.
And we're rolling.
We're here at the 13th annual Miami Pet Dog Expo, where you're going to...
All right, everybody, hands up! All right, you, behind the desk, I want the cash. Everyone else, I want your wallets and your jewelry. Move it!
For God's sake, we've got to do something.
But he's got a gun. Mrs. Nyland, what are we gonna do?
I'm lying, vicious toad of a mother.
Is there a problem?
Oh, not at all. Happy as ever at Happiness House. Aw. Well, I guess we should be going.
Oh, now before I get a picture.
Oh, Rose.
Oh, come on, Dorothy. It's your prom picture. Say cheese.
3, 2, 1.
Am I?
Goodbye, Stan. Can you believe this guy? Like I would think for a minute about being in business with him.
Nonsense, Dorothy. You can't pass up a chance to own real estate. It's been a life...
She's a scratch golfer who, under President Jimmy Carter, served as the United States Senate Majority Whip. And she likes to read.
I figured, close with the truth. It'll kind of anchor the rest.
I want to thank you all.
The thing I remember that was so extraordinary is that one time Mark Salkin, this was in during the ill-fated spin-off Golden Palace, our boss, Mark Salkin, went every once a year had an anniversary with his wife, and I remember, and he would leave early. You know, that was his one night he would leave early. And so it was...
Oh, my God, they've bonded.
Hey! What are you doing? We were going to watch the Nun story. I've never seen it before.
Oh, she leaves the convent in the end. Here it is. Ironside.
You want to be here, don't you? You've been having a wonderful time with Grandma, haven't you? Because if you haven't been, darling, well, we'll just leave right now.
She's on.
Showtime!
She's not singing. Why? Why?
Just to make sure that you don't settle into old age.
So you're saying you make me vacuum and dust and scrape crusty stuff off the tile because you love me?
Honestly, it tickles me.
Pussycat.
But we're a family nonetheless, and you can't break us up.
Well, as moving as all this is, I can't help you. I got to file my report, and either Mrs. Devereaux has to bring the house up to code, or somebody's got to leave.
Wait just a minute. These women no longer live in my house.
Blanche, what are you saying?
I'm saying that it's not early. Was it as cathartic as you thought?
Well, I don't know if cathartic is the word.
You should do what I do. I find if I repeat a word that's confused me, I look smarter than I really am. Like, was it cathartic? Oh, I've had a... He was not. He was just a man. I mean, you've said yes to all the men, and you've been discriminating against the women.
I have not. It just so happens all the women we've seen have been horrible. Thank you.
I don't approve of you and Gloria, but if you honestly love her...
You know, I don't think I love her. I'm realizing that maybe I was with her just to make you jealous. It was the same thing with the monkey.
You know something, Stan? I was a little jealous.
Well, Dorothy, it was just an old traffic cone with a monkey head.
Right, with money? Dump him.
Blanche, this is serious, and it's getting worse. Like last Friday, I asked him to take me someplace special. You know what he did? He snuck us into an AA meeting. Theater of the...
Oh, yeah. I see you conveniently left out with a generous helping of slaw. Oh, well, doesn't that serve your little smear campaign?
Is wild and self-absorbed. But give her a little responsibility, you know, a job to do. Boy, she's right there for you. Where is she, anyway?
Lover boy.
Not a clue.
I just got off the plane. I haven't even been home yet. I just couldn't wait to see you, Blanche.
Lover boy, that's so sweet, lover boy. It'll never happen again.
I really can't believe this, Ma. You, of all people, should know the value of this ring.
Dorothy, please, I was just trying to buy time. I can't give up the ring until I know the Pope is going to bless Agnes.
It doesn't matter what your reasons are. Ma, this ring is important. It was wrong to take it, and I'm going to see that it gets back first thing tomorrow.
Another story. I'll tell you about it when you're, about 70.
I'll be here.
So will I, pussycat. So will I.
Hey, come on down here. Let me buy you a drink.
Hey, no. I want to buy her a drink.
Hey, I asked her first.
Come on, boys. I am woman enough for all of you.
This is the point in my dream where I usually wake up screaming. What are you doing here anyway, Dorothy?
Well, I tell you, it's a sign. I mean, you and Miles have been together for quite a while.
Look, I appreciate everybody's advice, but this isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm not going to let some contest dictate what could be and should be the most important decision of my life. I'm much too smart for that.
Good.
Blanche has entered the room.
Gentlemen, before you all check your names off and leave, I would like a few moments of your time. When I first took this job, I just assumed that teaching adults would be easier than teaching kids. Obviously, I was wrong. True, it is hard to teach an old